Hey class, this is Marcos, and I'm here with our week 8 recap in order to get us going on our next part of our independent project. So let me just quickly go through our workflow for week 8. At this point, you should have completed your topics, lectures, and exercises, so make sure you've got everything wrapped up. Maybe go back and make sure you didn't miss any weeks, and I'll be doing those grades soon. The last one was the branding lecture series that had the mind map and mood board of your own personal brand. So make sure you do those two as we move forward with our independent project. And then our next step in our independent project, after selecting your cause, and most of you in the class selected a cause, but a few of you are still thinking about it or thinking about maybe a new possibility. So those of you who aren't settled yet, make sure you stay connected with me and reach out and let me know what your final ideas are, or if you want to set up another quick chat. Please make sure you do that so that you spend this week working on your research project. So we will be having our midterm individual meetings this coming week over week 8. And as I said in class, I'll be sending out an email soon that has a schedule that breaks the class up in two. And on either Tuesday or Thursday, you'll have about a 15 or so minute meeting to go over just how things are going with the class, very casual, and give you feedback and get feedback from you as well. So please share. And then go over your progress on your research assignment for creating your deck for your independent project. And we'll go over that in detail here in a few minutes. And getting that progress check-in will kind of depend if you're on a Tuesday, you'll expect to have less done, but if you're on Thursday, you should be further along in your process. So don't let a Thursday schedule trip you up and not get enough work done. So the goal is that we're going to be presenting a week from Tuesday to our small groups. So a quick snapshot of the rest of the semester. We have 8 weeks left. Or I guess 7 now. We're entering week 9. And just a quick look, it shows you we're basically following a similar process to what we did in our first project, except for the naming aspect of it, which is on week 9 and 10. And also we're going to have more time on the 14th and 15th and 16th to and even 13th to develop our the nuances of our campaign and the special aspects of the communication touch point that you want to focus on, or a handful of them that you want to focus on. So make sure you're thinking about what would be a good piece to put more time and effort into designing. And then a reminder that for this project, we'll be grading it overall at the end of the project with 50 points, with 10 points for visual quality, another 10 points for critical and conceptual thinking. Response will be 10 points, your process is 10 points, and your overall professionalism is 10 points. So make sure that you're keeping on schedule, submitting your assignment, all that's going to still matter in terms of your assignment, and that you're focusing on doing your best work and communicating about it with me. As for me, this is about the process of you and I and the class working together on a design project. It's not about you working away on your own and arriving with a brilliant idea. If you're that cool, that's awesome, but I want you to also learn how to work more collaboratively in reflecting the professional setting. So utilizing our check-ins and reviews, and also reaching out to me outside of our formal appointments and class get-togethers, like emailing me and being reaching out and responding as we work together throughout the rest of the semester. And also a reminder that we have this other aspect of our grading at the end that has 20 points that just has to do with your overall performance, not connected necessarily to any of your assignments. So make sure you're being the best citizen possible in terms of how you interact in class, and your keeping of your schedule, and the way you communicate overall, and your efforts put into your work, because this could affect your grade. All right, so as we talked about, we're going to be creating a research presentation, and this research presentation is going to focus on the cause you've decided on, the issue that you've decided to take on, and take it from this big idea and begin to carve it down into a brand strategy. And to do that, I want you to first start off by furthering the information and research on what your cause is and what it's about, providing a little more thorough, depending on how much detail you provided in your first presentation of last week, but making sure you have a good, thorough overview of the cause, both in narrative story and in statistics, data, as well as in visuals, and creating something that within a few minutes you can brief the critique reviewer at the finals about this issue and broaden the understanding in a very accurate and quick way. And then you're going to talk about like what else has been done by other organizations or individuals to combat the problem. And that's going to mean doing some case studies about other organizations or government agencies or companies that are out there trying to address the problem that you're trying to address as well. And we're going to also have you break out and decide on who your target audience is and showcase that biography of that group of people. And then from there, we want to lead into starting to develop a vision for your brand by creating the beginning parts of your brand strategy, create like a summary mission statement of your brand, begin to like outline some of the values, perhaps make a diagram that showcases the pillars of your brand, the attributes, the things we learned about, in the first half of class, and also what you've been just recently doing for yourself in your own mind map, but begin to like build the foundation of what this brand is about and what its sense of meaning and purpose is, so that we have a good understanding of that to work from. And then I want you to begin to envision what are ways that you can address your social issue. And here's where I want for sure you to be more thinking in line of being innovative and being outreach to consumers and to your audience, and to think about how you could become not just sort of a nag about your cause, which is not a bad thing. Like, you should be putting your cause first and foremost in front of them so that there's an understanding. And of course, it also depends on your cause. But I think also if you provide solutions that connect to people's everyday lives, if you provide products or services, or in some way get people to do what they ordinarily do, but now can attach it to this cause, that's sort of the sweet spot. And I want you to be thinking in that way, that we're utilizing the beauties of capitalism and the idea that capitalism is made for good people, that good people will make the choices to support your brand in order to both get the needs that they are trying to achieve within their own lives, the conveniences, the services, but also being able to know that there's a second level to their purchase, and allowing for you as the brand you are to support the cause you're trying to support or defeat. So this is just a snapshot of what your assignment should generally look like based on the case study assignment we saw last week or 2 weeks ago. And it just showcases everything I talked about, from a cover page to talking about the issue on the first row at the top here, going into the idea of what the goal of your brand is, who your target audience is, and then these sets of 2 pages that I'm arrowing here are case studies of similar organizations that are trying to address the issue that this project is addressing, and then a line item strategy about how you're going to take on this brand as an organization, and then sort of this vision of what you could do in terms of the kinds of products, design pieces, campaigns, overall initiatives that your brand can design and create in order to reach out to its audience and to spread its message. And of course, most importantly, your thank you page. Okay, so make sure you complete those lectures, work on this independent project research deck, be ready for your meeting next week, and we will see you then. Thanks, everyone.